Give me the bat, Marge. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. Come on. Give me the bat. Give me the bat. Scaredy cat. Yeah.
I think I lost it. Oh, it's your nut. Look over there. Holy crap.
What was that?
I saw Winnie the Pooh and Piglet from Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and they were trying to kill me.
You mean the plush bear abandoned my Christopher Robins to go fight in World War I?
No, well, yeah, but this time they're like humanoid and they try and like kill people instead of like being like stuffed animals. It's the second best horror movie of all time. I expect you to hear about it.
I'm not sure what you've been drinking, but I want some. What even happened?
Oh, jeez. Yeah, I can tell you about it. So let's start from the beginning. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is about Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, but this time they murder people. Ooh, scary. We start the movie by talking about how they're actually supposed to be anthropomorphic animals.
Crossbreed.
Which means they're like human and animal. Yeah. And originally, they were kind of scary. They tried to kill people originally, but Christopher Robins gave them food, so they saw no reason to continue doing that. But eventually, Christopher Robins had to leave. Not for World War I this time, but because of college. And they apparently don't know how to hunt anymore, so they started getting really hungry. And then the winter came, which made them even more hungrier. And they thought to themselves, you know, Eeyore is kind of depressed over there, and that's pretty annoying. So they went over there and ate Eeyore. We then cut to Christopher Robins as an adult, going to the 100-acre woods with his wife. Christopher Robins wants to go see Winnie the Pooh and Piglet again, even though he doesn't know that they're murderers now, while his wife is kind of on the fence about all this. Oh yeah, and also the other animals are kind of not in this. This is why I didn't really mention them. But they were there, don't worry. All kangaroo and I don't... Anyways, his wife thinks he's kind of cuckoo crazy about it, being like, come on, babe, I don't know. And he's like, but they are real, I promise. But the bad part is that they are real, and that they kill his wife. And they both just go gang up on Christopher Robins while he reenacts the same two lines again, about 2 times.
I would have never left, I swear, I swear, I would have never left, I swear, I swear,
We then cut to a girl having a therapy session, being told to go into the 100-acre woods, while at that time, a bunch of people have been called missing there, which is a pretty big problem, but it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. We then get introduced to our 5 main characters, girl number 1, girl number 2, girl number 3, girl number 4, and Laura. I remember her name because she's kind of hot. As they're moving in, we stumble across this one girl, which is just like me for real, not knowing if she found the right place. So while she's trying to call to see if she has, she stumbles upon Smokey the Bear.
Yo, what's up?
She, understandably, is wondering what that is, as she starts being chased by him. And apparently the 100-acre woods has like a warehouse or something, so she tries to hide in it very poorly, which leads to her death by Winnie the Pooh. As she's being killed and grinded up into blood and honey, we stumble upon Christopher Robins as he is chained up for his crimes of abandoning them and going out to college. As Christopher Robins pleads for Winnie the Pooh to stop, he sits down and thinks about how they were before they weren't psychotic murderers, which brings a tear to his eyes. Unfortunately for Christopher Robins, though, this makes him go mad and grab his wife's hair and start beating him with it. But yeah, Winnie the Pooh just kind of has like his wife's hair, because apparently he like burnt her body and keeps it as a skeleton to remind Christopher Robins about what he did to them.
It sounds stupid.
After that Christopher Robins beating, we then cut to Winnie the Pooh taking a skeleton outside now, as he hears music in the distance. We find out that this music is coming from Laura. Laura is taking pictures of herself acting like a total baddie. She spots Winnie the Pooh and Piglet, although she doesn't care though, because she's not going to let them ruin her swag. Unfortunately though, they do ruin her swag.
by making her unconscious. Alright, start the spooky music now. Alright, now it begins. As she wakes up, she realizes that she's also tied up. She sees Winnie the Pooh in a car, and then she sees Piglet with a sledgehammer and holds on to her. Eventually, Winnie the Pooh kneels towards her, and she starts screaming in fear, and then he starts running over her head, and then she screams in agony, and then she doesn't scream at all, because she's dead. Alright, you can stop it now. After that head smasher of a scene, we cut to the other 4 main girls as they hear Laura and go check on her. And unfortunately, she's kind of dead, you know, so they start screaming about it and run back into the house. Then whenever they get back into the house, they see "Get Out" written in blood, and it starts to scare them, making them realize that they're not alone. As they walk around the house, they start seeing Winnie the Pooh outside, and they're like, I don't know, man, I don't think that thing's human. And then the lights turn off, and then he gets close to the window, and then one of them goes into the kitchen. Well, at least one of them knows where they should be. And the others go to grab weapons. Girl number 1 grabs a hammer, while girl number 3 just has a panic attack in the corner. Girl number 1 tells girl number 3 that it's not her stalker. Oh yeah, there's something about a stalker in the beginning. I also didn't mention that because it wasn't very important to the plot. Anyways, girl number 1 and 2 go to find Winnie the Pooh, while girl number 3 then realizes that she has the gun. I don't know where that came from, but okay. So then girl number 3 and 4 go to get the gun. Girl number 1 and 2 walk around the house as they stumble upon a pool area. Yeah, apparently it has 2 pools. That makes sense. But anyways, they stumble upon Piglet too, which pushes one of the girls down, and one of the girls falls into the pool itself. Piglet notices her and starts fishing for her, and then he just gets bored out of nowhere and goes into the water and starts swinging at her with a sledgehammer. Girl number 2, yeah, I forgot she was here, wakes up at the perfect time to see her friend get bonked. She says something in slow motion. I don't know, I couldn't really tell. As Piglet just hits the water. And then Piglet starts going back, and then it fades to black. I don't know. We cut back to girl number 3 and girl number 4, already gotten the gun, as they see Winnie the Pooh walking downstairs. They're pretty creeped out about this, so they go back to the pool part we were at earlier. They see that girl number 1 got bonked a little too hard, and girl number 2 is outside getting carried away by Winnie the Pooh and Piglet. They kind of just go outside and watch Winnie the Pooh carry around girl number 1 as Piglet looks for him. Man, I gotta admit, Winnie the Pooh's kind of muscular. It's a little hot. I'm
gay.
Hey, I don't want you calling me gay after what you said about David at the bar.
You promised you'd never bring up David again.
Not unless I had to make a point. Duh. Girl number 3 and 4 eventually go over to girl number 1 and get her up. Man, it's kind of hard saying these. I think I already said that already, so it doesn't matter. They walk around the place and then find Christopher Robins! As they untie him, though, apparently some other girl's in the place, so they hear her screaming, and then they go over to her. The person they stumble upon, I don't really know what her purpose was for. But, she looks like Morg's mom, so I guess she has that going for her. The girls go over to her, and she's like, dude, Poo and Piglet, they, like, beat me up and stuff. And they're like, oh, no, that's bad. So they untie her, and she looks in the mirror and just goes, I guess they, like, warped her eyes or something. Okay, I have to pretend this is a good movie. I have to act like it is actually the best movie of all time. Yeah, give me a second. After being traumatized from noticing what her face looks like, she grabs a gun from girl number 3 and is like, I'm gonna get you, Piglet. And for some reason, this woman thinks it's the biggest brain decision of all time to shoot before they're even there. So whenever they're there, she tries to shoot them, but oh no, that was the last bullet in the chamber. So Winnie the Pooh's like, silly old human, and throws her down as Piglet just starts mauling her. Oh yeah, and Winnie the Pooh just spat on her too. What a disrespectful pimp. He'll always be a pimp in my eyes, though.
While she's being mauled to death, the other girls decide to be really loud about it. So Winnie the Pooh spots them and chases them. Girl number 1, 2, or 3. No, wait, number 2 is dead. There was one bit with, like, Winnie the Pooh walking around and they're just, like, throwing fire at him, but that part's not important. What is important is the part wherever you see Piglet and girl number 3, and she, like, bonks him to death. After that horrible L that Piglet just took, Winnie the Pooh grabs her, and she starts choking so hard that she, like, can't keep her mouth closed. So Winnie the Pooh stabs a knife into her mouth and hangs her as she dies. The other girls, like, for some reason, they think talking is still a good idea, so then Winnie the Pooh hears them, and then he goes running after them. They then stumble upon some... How do I say this and not sound, like, really bad? They're all like, hey, yo, what's up? And they're like, oh my gosh, Winnie the Pooh, he's been killing our friends and stuff. And they're like, what are you talking about? And then, well, you know, Winnie the Pooh's standing there, menacingly. Start the creepy music or something. I don't know. One of them gets up and is like, were you terrorizing these children? And Winnie the Pooh's standing there menacingly like, yeah. They decide they want to teach him a lesson. And then, as they walk up, one of them hits him on the head. And then he doesn't really care. But then they start bonking him more and more and more until, bang! One of them hits him on the head with a bottle. Winnie the Pooh ain't gonna take that, though. So he looks back, gets his hand ready, and bang! Chops the left side or the right side? I don't know. I'm not watching it again. And then he starts running over to the car, and then he dies. And then I guess he's more of a lumberjack. Lumberjack guy tries to hit him, but Winnie the Pooh blocks it and chops his hand off, and then pushes him down. And then he starts screaming, and then boom, he stomps on his head. As the other guy watches in horror, probably crapped his pants. Winnie the Pooh slits his throat, and he tries to run away, but apparently Winnie the Pooh can control bees, which is a pretty cool power that it's never really mentioned. But anyways, the bees munch on him and then he's dead. They try to start the car, but haha, it doesn't start automatically. And then when it starts,
What's up?
Jesus. Well, what happened? I thought he was in front. What? Apparently he crawled up in the back. I don't know, man. I'm thinking he has teleportation powers too. They try to shake him off, but Winnie the Pooh is just kind of vibing. She continues to try and shake him off until she finally hits the black. The screen fades to black, and then it fades back in. Girl number whoever sees girl number who's a what's it get pulled out of the car by Winnie the Pooh. She watches as Winnie the Pooh tears her friend's head off and then throws it onto the car. She tries to use the windshield wipers and it just causes blood. Like, I didn't see the reason for that, but she tries to start the car back up as Winnie the Pooh pulls her out. And Winnie the Pooh's then about to stab her, but then you hear Christopher Robin crashes into Winnie the Pooh as Winnie the Pooh lays there, bleeding. Christopher Robin then gets out to help the other girl. They try and limp away, but they eventually fall. Soon enough, Winnie the Pooh gets up and starts chasing after them. Christopher Robin looks up and sees Winnie the Pooh grab the other girl by the hair. And then he pleads for him to let her go. Winnie the Pooh thinks about it. Thinks about how he used to be, and he gives a final response. No. And then Christopher Robin tries to limp away as Winnie the Pooh stabs the crap out of her head, and the screen fades to black. And that was Winnie the Pooh Blood Time.
That was stupid.
Yeah, a little bit, but I still liked it. I personally give it a 7 out of 10.
So wait, what happened to them?
I think I lost them. I haven't seen anything. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Well, anyways, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, please subscribe and go follow Stella Artist on Twitter for the cool thumbnail. She's pretty neat. Anyways, see you in the next one. Wow. I need a drink.